We're getting up close and personal with all your favorite celebrities on the hottest weekend party show in the city, the Abbie Knights Show.
What's up, y'all?
You're listening to all the hits on the number one party show in the city, the Abbie Knights Show.
Tell a friend.
What's going on, everybody? And we're back with a very special guest today. Xena, how you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Really good. Thank you for taking time to be on the show today. I'm so excited to get to know you a little bit better. For those of you out there that aren't familiar with Xena, she has a really dope IG. Your pictures, you're stunning. You're beautiful. I'm sure you get that all the time. Like, girl, yes.
You're so sweet. You're gorgeous. So.
Oh, no, girl. I'm just trying to be like you when I grow up. What?
Thank you.
You know how that goes. I'm like, no way.
Thank you.
But I love everything that you're doing. I definitely wanted to kind of jump back a little bit because I know typically most of the time you don't really get to talk a lot about kind of where you come from and your backgrounds. I know usually, it's really kind of straight to it, but I did want to take a little bit of time for people to get to know you a little bit better. So for you, what was the dream as a kid? Like, how did you even get to music? What was the dream? Did that ever change?
Okay, so when I was younger, I actually wanted to be a model.
Okay.
So that was always my dream. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be a runway model. And then as I kind of got older, I started getting into acting. And I was like, oh no, forget modeling. I want to be an actress.
Nice.
And then I just remember I used to sing in my room, in the house. And then I actually remember my mom heard me sing an Adele song once. And then she was just like, Xena. And I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing my homework and I'm out here singing. And I was just like, yeah. And then she came in with tears and she was like, you have such a beautiful voice. And I was like, thank you. She was like, you actually need to pursue this. And I was like, thank you so much, Mom.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know. I went to the studio, recorded a couple of covers, and I'm not going to lie, it felt really weird, hearing my voice and me being in a studio. I was just like, I don't think this is it for me. But a lot of people heard my covers and they were like, oh, you're actually good. And I remember the producer that I worked with, he was like, you should have your own song. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. So I actually recorded my first song. It was dubstep. I was 12 years old when I recorded my first song. So
12? I always think it's funny when people go, you're actually good. I'm like, what does that even mean? You mean I'm actually good?
Thank you. Yeah. My
My
reaction's just thanks.
Thanks, right? I guess.
So.
Thank you, sort of. So what were the two covers you recorded? Do you remember?
Yeah, I actually recorded A-Team by Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was obsessed with that song. Still am. I love Ed Sheeran. And I recorded Rolling in the Deep, Setting Fire to the Rain, and Someone Like You. So
nice.
It was
That's a big
Adele,
song,
yeah.
Someone Like You.
Yeah.
You were what, 11, 12?
Yeah.
Oh, you just out there just giving it all you got. She said, I'm just going to start all the way from the top. No small dreams here.
To be honest, to me, those were I don't know why, but I felt easier singing those. When I was younger, I definitely used to sing very loud songs, and I had a really powerful voice, I guess you can say, for a younger girl. So I really enjoyed that and testing myself and see how I can hit these notes. So it was always really, really fun to me. And yeah, now I'm singing R&B, which is completely different.
Have you ever gone and belted out a note and kind of shocked yourself when you did it?
All the time.
I love that. I wish I could be in the room because it's so funny. Sometimes I've been in a couple sessions and you'll hear somebody go for a note they never thought they could hit, and they'll start and they'll kind of go back, scare themselves,
oh
they
yeah,
didn't think they could
that
do it.
happens a lot. Even with little runs and stuff and the songs, it's just whoa, I hit that. You just
High
have
five
to
yourself.
re-listen to it, and it's this is good.
I love that. I guess knowing all of that, because being a kid at 12, 13, that's really, really young to go and be recording songs like that.
Oh yeah,
I love
it
me
was
some Adele too.
it was hard, but I was thankful enough to have like my sisters and my mom like always with me in the studio and like supporting me. So I was like really really thankful for that, and I am thankful for that still. So like even if I did get overwhelmed, I always had that like emotional support. That's just like, oh my God, you're doing great, Xena. You know, you can do this. And so, yeah,
That's
I'm very
amazing. There's
thankful
so
for that.
many artists that wish they could have that with their families.
Oh, for sure.
Everybody doesn't
I'm
get
honestly
that.
blessed. Yeah.
Yes, I love that so much.
Thank
Look, I'm an
you.
Adele fan too, and she's hilarious. If you
Oh,
ever
she's.
watch like her concert and that proposal, did you see that video?
Oh, I did.
Oh my
I
God,
did.
tears, hello.
I know. I know. So cute.
Here for
So
all
cute.
of it. So, looking back on your childhood, how would you describe
Mhm.
it in 3 words?
Fun, nerve-wracking, and exciting.
I like that. Those are good.
Yeah.
Those are good word choices.
Yeah, I
Fun
always
and
try to stay
exciting.
positive.
Yeah.
Especially being in the industry, like I feel like it's very you can there's like a negative side obviously to the music industry, as there like just so many negative things, but
Mm-hmm.
I always try to stay positive and try to keep myself out of certain situations, you know, that I wouldn't want to be in or that I'd regret being in. So I just always stayed like really close with like my mom. She's like my momager, so I always stayed with her, and she always kept things exciting for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're very spontaneous, so we used to travel a lot, like to different. I grew up traveling to different countries, and I just loved it because it was also great. It was eye opening for me to gain like different
Mm-hmm.
experiences and different cultures and try to incorporate that in my music. So that's how it was exciting.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you and your mom are so close. I'm super close with my mom too. She's like my bestie. I talk to her about
She
everything.
is.
I'm like, you are
She
my
is my
life
best
partner.
friend.
Yeah, exactly. So how have you found it a little bit easier to navigate such a male dominated industry having that support from your mom? Because it's rough out here being a woman in an industry like this.
Oh, it is. It's very, very tough. But my mom's a very strong lady. She's like
Mm-hmm.
extremely strong. And so I definitely learned how to like always stay strong, you know,
Mm-hmm.
as like a person, especially like with the different influences around. I
Mm-hmm.
feel so I never really found it extremely difficult.
Yeah.
There were times where unfortunately I was in certain situations where it's just kind of like, well, I'm a guy and I have this, and if you want this, then you know, you got to do this. It's just like, well, I guess I don't want it anymore, you know? It's
Yeah.
just like, I'm good, you know?
Been down that road.
Peace.
See ya.
Yeah, so it's definitely it definitely did take me a longer time to kind of get my name out there because of that. And I'm still growing as an artist, and as long as like I have strong morals and that, you know, I just stick to what I believe in, and just kind of follow the path that I want to have for myself, you kind of just see the positive in everything. So,
Mhm.
and honestly, I kind of think if something happens, it's meant to be. So,
Mhm.
if something doesn't happen, it's not meant to be.
I think the biggest part too is just staying true to yourself.
Hmm.
Who you are as a person, who you are as an artist, because everybody has a different opinion about what you should, need, or want to be. I'm like,
Yeah.
let me just think for myself for a quick second.
Oh, for
Jeez.
sure.
So where do you find your greatest inspiration when it comes to music?
Well, that's a difficult question. I kind of get inspired at the weirdest in the weirdest moments at the weirdest places. It just kind of comes to my head. And it's like, ooh, music, 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 and it's just like laptop, start writing. You know, that's just kind of how it works for me. Like I said, I did like grow up in different countries, so I definitely gained like a different cultural experience. So I listen to every single type of music,
Hmm.
literally everything. Like even if I don't understand the words, I still jam out, and I'm like, I need to try something like this. So Definitely listening to like other music from different countries also does inspire me, because it's like, well, I haven't tried this, so so it's just always like on my tippy toes,
With that, yeah.
Yeah.
I can totally relate to that because I grew up between two countries too. And it gives you
awesome.
such a different perspective on life. Just everything in general. It's just different. So I think that's really cool. And I think when you get older, you appreciate that more than when you're younger.
For sure.
Because you're like,
yeah.
wow, like I get to, I got to experience so much culture and diversity at such a young age that you view everything differently, which is beautiful when it comes to music, because it gives you a really eclectic palette when it comes to what you listen to on a daily basis. So, you recently came from overseas, from what I heard. Little birdie told me.
Yes.
What's the crossover been like for you between kind of the Arab European world coming into the US and the whole R&B scene?
So, well, I was actually, I was born in Orlando. Lived here my whole entire life. When I was younger, moved to the Middle East, and to Qatar. Stayed there for a couple of years, came back, went to Australia, came back, ended up in Houston, 2011. And that's actually where I started my R&B career. It's actually a great place to start like R&B, since it is like kind of like a hip hop city. I learned a lot. I came out of my little bubble, I really did enjoy it. And so I was like, this is exactly the genre that I want to be in. It was great. It is great. But like overseas, especially like in Morocco, because my parents are Moroccan, so I'm originally Moroccan. They don't really listen to R&B. It's more so like dance and like pop. And I was like, got it. So I kind of had to make like a different type of genre. It's kind of like a poppy Afrobeat dance kind of
Ooh,
genre.
I love
but
that.
like
Okay.
still tried to keep like a little bit of R&B in there, just for like my own comfort. And so came out with a couple of songs. They did great in Morocco. I kept on going to Morocco, coming back and forth. I was stuck there for COVID, actually. So
wow.
there was a lockdown. I was actually in Morocco. Yeah, but it was a great experience. I feel like I got to work with more people. I never really stay long in Morocco. I usually used to stay like just for the summer, like we travel as a family for the summer and then come back, But that was like the first time I actually stayed for a long period, and I was like, I should take advantage of this, like I have all this time. There's so many people that I like want to work with, so kind of just talk to my friends out there. I actually learned how to like engineer myself when I was out there, so like now I just do everything
That's
myself.
impressive. Okay.
Yeah, it was a great time. Very convenient for me. I made a lot of songs. And then I came back to Houston, and then I went back to Morocco. I actually opened up like a donut shop in Morocco.
Cute. I love that. Yes, I love some
because
sweets.
I love donuts.
Okay.
And I was like, I need donuts here. And they don't have like actual like American donuts, you know? So I was like, people need them too. If I need them, people must need them. So did that. Stayed in Morocco again for a long period. Worked with some new people. Kind of got a little bit of inspiration from Morocco. I did do a song with one of like the oldest singers, I want to say. She recently passed away. May she rest in peace. But I did actually get to do a song with her, and she actually is like a Oriental singer. So it's like pure Moroccan, and everybody knows her. She's extremely famous in Morocco. So it's really cool kind of getting to work in that environment, to where when she was recording, it was more of like people around her playing drums, and like different instruments, and she would have to sit with them, and it's just like, okay, I'm used to just beats, like, hitting drums on a laptop, or like on like the little, oh God, I sound so unprofessional right now.
I can't think of the word either. I know it's the little machine that you use. Yeah, where you tap the buttons and stuff on it. Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, okay, this is cool. This is great. And I just learned to love music in like a whole entire different aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to Europe, which I actually loved. Working in Europe is like, extremely different. I've never worked in that like type of environment before. They're extremely talented. They're open to like new ideas, and they already have like knowledge of like every single type of genre that there is out there. So like as soon as like you just start speaking about like any song, even though they've never even made a beat to it or never even worked with somebody that does that kind
They're
of music.
hip to it. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And I just found that amazing because it was really easy for me and them to kind of like, me and the producers that I worked with to bond over that, and just me, I actually don't feel comfortable recording in front of people for the first time. So like I'm kind of just like, all right, this is a new producer. Looks like today I'm just going to be being awkward, Xena being awkward for the first day. That's actually me. But surprisingly, I wasn't. I was just like, all right, y'all are cool. We can work. That's just.
And it just worked out. The vibe was there. I love that.
Yeah. Definitely did house music out there. So it was completely different from R&B.
Europe, where I come from, it's all like it doesn't matter where you go. That's basically gonna be where you're gonna be sitting pretty much most of the night. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. So that's exactly what it was. And I was just like, house, okay. And I remember one of my friends telling me, he's like, so you're just gonna start making house music? And I was like,
okay. All right.
Sure. Cool. Out of my comfort zone for sure. But yeah, let's make like extremely fast music, in my head. I did have a difficult time writing to house music, honestly.
Yeah. It's different. It's a completely different vibe. It's just everything about it's different.
I had a panic attack. I was like, I'm not made for this. I remember I like had to take a walk during my session. I was like, I need to take a walk. And I was like, I got this.
It's actually less words. That's the crazy part. It's way more simplified. I remember, I think at one point, Umbrella was playing everywhere by Rihanna. I'm from Spain. Yeah. Anywhere you went there, it was like you walked out of one store, walked into the other one, and Umbrella was on again. And you're like, oh my God. But it was like the house version of Umbrella. And it's like every 2 seconds, it'd be like, Ella, 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 eh. And then it would like skip the whole verse. And then it would just like recap the same chorus line. I was like, whoa. But you still stayed in that. It was just, it's a different vibe. That's all I got to say. It's just, more power to my house music people. I know there's like the signature dance move, Yeah, I'm an R&B person through and through. I love like urban music, so I'm not really the one my friends want to call when they're looking for a really dope house playlist. Like I got nothing for you, like not even one song. So it's interesting. I guess if you've experienced that in Europe and you moved around a little bit, if you could pick one place to live like forever, where would it be?
Europe. Because even though there was like the whole entire house situation where I was like, okay, this is cool, like there's still like a lot of people there that were into like hip hop and R&B, and I was just like,
Eminem was huge there for a while, like and they love American urban music overseas.
Oh, for sure.
Don't know what it's saying, but they love it.
Oh yeah. I remember I was in like Amsterdam and like all of the songs were just like 2000 hits. Like this, like all the radio stations, every single time like I'm going, it's just like 2000 hits, and I'm like, I could definitely live here.
Yeah. You're like, this
great,
works for me. Yeah.
The best of both worlds, So I enjoyed it, but honestly, if I could live anywhere, it would definitely be like, I'd want to say Belgium, because like I lived there for a couple of months, and it was definitely a great experience for me. It's such a diverse country, so like anybody that you meet with can just it's very easy to actually get inspiration in Belgium, which I actually really loved.
Which I've heard great things about Belgium, actually. Pretty much everyone says it's a really incredible place to visit,
Oh,
which
yeah.
for me was just kind of like, I mean, cool. I guess I need to jump on a plane or something because, they say it's just a puddle away. I'm like, that the ocean's like kind of big, right? It's not really a puddle, but people always
That.
say that. I'm like, it's just right around the corner. Yeah, I'll be there in like no time. So you went from house music, transition to R&B, which I love. I'm here for R&B all
Well,
day,
I
every
went from
day.
R&B to house, and then now I
Okay,
decided
to
I
go
want
back
to do
to it.
both.
Oh,
Now I'm gonna
okay.
do both. Yeah,
Okay. I like that. I like
just
that.
kind of different.
Why not?
Yeah.
There's really no rules to it. You make the rules to how you want to. You really could do a dual-sided project. Have one be like the house side and the other one be the R&B side. So
Exactly.
you have a new single coming out,
I
or it
do.
came
I
out
do.
actually
It
yesterday.
did
My
come out.
bad.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
Let's talk about
December 9th.
drugs.
Yes. So I actually made this song not too long ago. Um, I was just honestly, a lot of times I write my songs based off not only personal experiences, but experiences that I do see around me.
Hmm.
I kind of a lot of times actually when I write, like I kind of view and like I watch other people's like relationships. That sounds really weird, but like I just kind of see like how they go through things and just try to gain like another perspective that maybe I didn't get to experience, or I'm just like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of write lyrics based off other people's experiences as well. So, um, I I know it sounds really weird now that I'm saying that out loud, but um, yeah, I actually wrote this song based off personal and um, outsiders' experience.
So would you say that basically drugs is like a metaphor for a feeling?
Yeah. In the lyrics, I kind of say, well, in the lyrics, I say, you got me addicted like a drug, So it's kind of just like your love is a drug,
Mm.
And even though I try to like back away,
Still
I'm an
something keeps pulling me
addict.
back.
Exactly, because I'm addicted to you, because you are a drug.
Yeah. It's like that boomerang effect. It's like you want to
Yeah,
leave,
exactly.
but you have to stay. It's kind of one of those things, you know?
And you actually don't know why you're still there, It's
Yeah.
just like, I want to leave. And you're just sitting, It's like, I want to get up, but you just stay sitting.
Yeah. That out of body experience when
Crazy.
you're like, what was I thinking? Uh,
Yeah.
do you have
Oh, yeah.
any plans for the new year?
Um, yes, actually, my mom's coming. She's actually in Morocco right now, but she is coming to Houston. So I'm super, super
Nice.
excited to see her. I know, and we're just gonna spend New Year as a family because uh, last year we didn't get to spend it together. So I'm just really, really excited to have my whole family, my sister, my nephew, my other sister, my brother, my mom. So I'm really, really excited for that.
That
Some
sounds
family
like the
time.
perfect New Year's. At least
Oh,
for
for
me, I
sure.
love family. So I feel like
Me too.
it doesn't get better than that, especially with them being so far away. I know that's
Yeah,
going to mean so much to you.
exactly.
Oh,
And I
that's
love it.
so cute.
I know. And
Oh, I
like,
love
I
that.
can't wait to do that. I know. I'm actually like really excited.
Everybody's like always like ready to go like to some big party, and I'm just trying to hang out with my family too. I'm like, I'd rather stay in and do something with my loved ones. They're like,
I'm
you're so
definitely a
boring, Abby.
homebody.
I'm like, I know. I know.
I'm a homebody. So I
Yeah,
like to stay at home. If I'm not at home, then I'll be at the studio. If I'm not at the studio,
you're
I'm with
home.
my family.
Yeah, or with your
Yeah.
family. Yeah, or at home
At
with your
home.
family. Yeah. A lot of variety there.
Exactly.
I
Oh
know.
yeah.
I hear you on that because that's me like all day long. Do you
Yeah.
have any exciting goals for 2023?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully by 2023, I hope to be on billboards. I'm working on like a lot of songs, and I'm just planning on releasing more songs than I used to.
Hmm.
To be honest, I feel like the past 2 years, I've actually just been kind of exploring like the different types of music genres that I would potentially want to go into.
Hmm.
Sometimes I feel like I am just stuck in like a certain type of genre, and I do want to like broaden my horizons. And so I just, I've been soul searching.
Ooh, I like
Yeah.
that. Soul
So
searching.
yeah, I definitely do want to release more this year, this 2023. I want to be more interactive with my fans. I feel like I've honestly slacked a bit the past couple of years, and I haven't really been interactive with them, but I'm definitely ready. I've mentally prepared myself, physically prepared myself.
To take it all
I'm
in.
excited. Oh, takeover.
2023 better
takeover.
be ready for what
Oh,
you're
yeah.
bringing. So
Oh, for sure.
I guess with you saying all that, I'm kind of curious, if you could create the perfect moment, what would that look like?
The perfect moment?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the perfect moment for me would to be around. Okay, we're gonna use the scenery too. So,
Yes. Come on,
the
paint the
perfect
picture. We're
moment.
ready. We're going to close our eyes. We're ready for it.
Okay, so the perfect moment for Xena would be inside a little house. We're gonna go with a cabin, but not in the woods because that's just scary. Even though I do love scary movies. Maybe like a cabin inside of the city. Okay, cabin just sounds okay. Cabin, okay, in the perfect world. Everybody wearing onesies with the people that I care and I care about and love, and a little studio set up right there, and everybody taking turns singing a verse, even though it doesn't sound good, but everybody's happy and just enjoying life and creating memories with the people that I care about and love. And just everybody being happy, honestly, and healthy. And that's honestly the perfect moment, like, that I could describe that I actually want right now.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I take mind
Aww.
pictures a lot, so I like doing like weird things, the people that I care about and love, just so that I can kind of take a picture in my head. Like I have like ear piercings, and I get like a piercing every single time I have a good memory. It's like I try to get a piercing that day so that I always have a great memory behind my piercings.
Oh, I've never heard
Yeah.
that. That's a good one. I
Yeah.
like that. So it's funny because we're going from, it sounds like the perfect moment for you is just all about embodying what happiness means in your life. And then big goals for 2023. So what's next for you now?
Honestly, I've been working on myself for this last week, and I just want to continue growing as an artist and a person as well. I feel like I've actually grown a lot as a person. I didn't really get to like experience like high school or middle school, because I've always just been like, I don't want to be with anybody that's in this school. I kind of just want to go straight to the studio.
Yeah.
So even like kind of having like friends, I didn't really see the point of that. But after high school, I definitely like tried to have some of those moments. Didn't really like them because I was just so used to it sounds mean, I know, but it's just because I'm used to like going straight from like the house to the studio, and just being with my family, so just being like a different environment did make me feel uncomfortable. And then I just kind of stayed to myself these past couple of years, like just literally just Xena, just stayed to myself, stopped going out a lot, just kind of been in my like head. So this year I'm just kind of like, okay, outgoing Xena is about to come back. That's why I said I mentally prepared myself for this. I'm ready to like go to events and release as much music as I can and just really enjoy moments with people that I love, because we don't have forever, even though like I'd want forever, but unfortunately that's not the case. So kind of just make memories and take mind pictures. I
Mind
prefer to take
pictures.
like literally, if I like a moment, I'll just be like, and then I
Yeah.
just capture it in my head. And like for example, sunsets. This is so off topic, but sunsets, I actually like to just stare at sunsets. Sometimes, yeah, okay, on my Instagram I do post them, but like a lot of times, like if they're extremely pretty, I would just like to stare, just so I can remember it
Take it
rather
all
than
in.
just taking it. Yeah. But yeah, that's honestly all I really want to do is 2020 and 2023 is just kind of be more present for the people, like I said, that I care about and that I love, and just make music, make good music. I am planning on starting a nonprofit organization
Yes, that's
this year too.
amazing.
Thank you. So I'm really, really excited about that. Finishing up a couple of things. I have a house song coming out in January as well with a project. It's a project with a producer that I actually met in Belgium. His name is Levito and super, super dope. Yeah, I just have so many upcoming things that I really actually hope that my fans like, because it's like a whole entire different side of Xena. So I'm really, really excited about that.
It's a lot to look forward to coming into 2023. I'm super excited for you. I love that.
Thank you.
And I think
Thank
your fans, if real fans are always going to embrace the things that make you happy. So I think that, when you present something that is authentic to who you are, I think they'll embrace that just as well as you and your loved ones do. So I'm really excited to see what 2023 is going to be looking like for you. Nothing but good things, as they say. Nothing but up, right?
Yep.
Before we take a break, though, we have this game on the show that we play called Confessions.
Okay.
Don't worry. Everybody always gets a little like, they're not like crazy questions, but they are kind of weird questions.
I like weird.
Weird and fun. So
I like weird.
You ready? These are supposed to be just questions with quick answers.
Let's go.
Here we go. What smartphone feature would you actually be excited for a company to implement?
A digital shower? I don't know.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, if magic was real, what spell would you try to learn first?
How to become invisible.
Yes. Okay.
I would love to know what people are doing. That sounds wrong. That sounds weird. But, how great would it be just,
Yeah.
invisible?
Would you rather celebrate the 4th of July with Taylor Swift or Christmas with Mariah Carey?
4th of July with Taylor Swift.
Okay. What's the
She
weirdest...
would do some crazy things.
Oh, she would for sure. What's the weirdest text or email you've ever gotten?
Text?
Sure. You pleading the fifth on that one?
Pleading the fifth.
Okay. What's the funniest, craziest thing you've ever done?
I've done a lot of things.
You pleading the fifth on that one too?
Yes.
I love it. And on that note, it's been such a pleasure chatting with you today, Xena. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Before we go, though, where can everybody go to find you on social media?
You guys can just write my name. It's XenaAouita on all platforms. Thank you so much, Abbie, for having me. I really did love this podcast. I really did love it. I love this. I'm really tired, by the way. I drink 4 cups of coffee and I only had 1. So, and it's already 3 p.m. here. So I'm just kind of glitching a little bit, but thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed this. Yeah, whenever you come to Houston, just hit me up.
I definitely will. I'll make sure I go follow you on Instagram as well. For everybody out there that's listening, make sure you go download, stream her song. It's available on all streaming platforms. It's called Drugs. Hit us up. Let us know what you think. And make sure you go show Xena lots of love, okay? We'll be right back after this.
Thank you.